So I really felt like everybody had to hear your take. So
Yeah.
I'm a little behind, so everybody forgive me, but I decided to watch the Ronnie James Dio documentary last week with my wife. And
Ah.
now it's over a year old, so I'm sure other people saw it, but it was so moving. But I realized as I was watching it, as long as I've known Jimmy and as both of us love music and
Yeah.
like all the same types of music, I don't think we ever had a conversation about Ronnie James Dio. And I said to Jimmy, "What'd you think of Ronnie James Dio?" Here you go, Jimmy. It's all you, baby.
Well, I find it amazing that we never really talked about Ronnie James Dio because I can guarantee you we definitely listened to him together once or twice when we were in our teens back in the day. Uh, Ronnie James Dio is so underappreciated, not to the folks who know how great he is, but to the music world in general. Sure, everybody knows Eddie Van Halen, everybody knows Ozzy, everybody knows Metallica, yada, yada, yada. Ronnie James Dio was probably outside. Well, you know what? In heavy metal, he's probably the most powerful, well ranged voice I can think of in heavy metal. He just had such a full, powerful voice, and if you saw him live, he was a small man in stature, but he would open that throat of his, and it really was a medieval king of some sort. It just, and somehow he was able to pull off in all of his songs the images of castles and the Renaissance and the dragons and everything, and make it feel like you were actually there. And that's what a great artist does. He paints a picture. And Ronnie knew what his thing was, and boy, oh boy, it got better and better. He started in Rainbow with Ritchie Blackmore, three great albums. Then he goes to Black Sabbath, replacing Ozzy, and those albums are fantastic. Two albums with the great Tony Iommi and Black Sabbath. Then he goes on and does his own solo career. What? Rainbow in the Dark. Everyone knows that. Holy Diver, Last in Line. This guy should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't, but there's a lot of, the Hall of Fame's a joke anyway. But I'm in Koloff. It's he's one of the absolute all-time greats, and what makes it even better, you'd never really hear anything bad about the man. Real
B
saint.
B40 says Farrow, great Dio story. He was stuck in traffic with his wife. Dio, Don't Talk to Strangers came on, and he started doing the Dio hand motions, and his wife hid under the dashboard.
She hid under the dashboard to "Don't Talk to Strangers."
Well, I
That's one
guess
of his
because
best
B40
songs.
was doing the whole, that
Oh
devil.
no, he's doing that Satan gesture.
You know what's funny
You know, I
though?
got kicked out. I got kicked out of the house for that sort of music, but you already know that.
I do know that. Here's the thing,
Yeah,
though. I
yeah.
asked you, and then I said, "Oh, I better back off because I know what a Ozzy fan you are." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Was Dio a better performer and singer than Ozzy?" And I said that to you, and then you were starting to go full Pharaoh on me. I had to pull out. I
Right.
mean, am I
Right.
out of line for saying like
No, no, no,
Dio
no,
was
no,
more
no, no,
talented?
no. Here's the argument. If you're pro Dio, technically, Ronnie's voice is superior. It is. Ronnie can be super smooth and angelic, and then just sound like a raging dragon. He has impeccable range and power control. He always did. Ozzy is underrated in his vocal capabilities, but he is not Ronnie James Dio technically. As far as the performer goes, Ronnie's fine, but nobody touches Ozzy. Ozzy's, I mean, well, you could say some would be in the ballpark, of course, but Ozzy Osbourne, I do believe, has a better. This is funny saying this, but it's the truth. Ozzy has a better look. Ozzy has a better aura, as far as bigness. Ronnie was huge. Don't get me wrong, but you're look. If we're talking Hogan and Savage, I'm very comfortable saying that Ozzy's Hogan and Dio is Savage. I'm in the metal terms. I'm very comfortable with that.
Great analysis. Speaking of the Hulkster,
Yeah,
40 years of the Hulk, man. Our favorite, or at least close to our favorite. I know he's mine.
yeah,
I'm not
no,
sure where he ranks
my
with you.
yeah,
What's that?
no, he's number one, Mike. Come on, he's